We're building blocks.
We're building blocks.
Building.
Block by block.
Our neighborhoods.
Our community.
Together.
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 We're building our waterfront.
We're building our downtown.
We're building blocks together.
We're building blocks together.
We're building blocks together. We think is that Oswego has enormous potential. It has beautiful neighborhoods, it has historic neighborhoods, it has parks, it has places that have existed for over 100 years that many people pay to create now in new communities, walkable neighborhoods, beautiful historic homes that you just can't recreate. Older revitalization efforts would typically put funds in neighborhoods on behalf of residents, but the entire time the residents themselves, their resources and their engagement is not leveraged. The difference between that and what we do, which is called the Healthy Neighborhoods approach, is that we engage residents in large numbers to come together and work as a team on helping to restore and revitalize and make their blocks vibrant again. This whole process is actually all about residents choosing to reinvest, residents saying, we can do this.
I think my husband has always been a pretty philanthropic kind of person. And as his life was coming to an end, I think he began to think about what might be done for his community of Oswego. To see the transformation of some of the homes, I am so delighted that we have been able to help them do what they're doing.
I firmly believe, and I know the board believes, that by partnering with the Oswego Renaissance Association, we have the potential to create a metamorphosis that is going to keep growing across other neighborhoods in Oswego.
When we found out about the grant, we knew that we had to get neighbors, at least 5 neighbors involved. We had to get a community of neighbors who felt it was strong. It was a strong enough neighborhood and it was important enough to get together and revitalize our neighborhood. So I just started calling people, including Lisa, and started calling people and saying, let's get together, can we do something for this grant?
Our original thought was just to redo our side door, and then all of a sudden the opportunity came up to redo our driveway. We're just thrilled that we can be a part of this project.
You know, we partner with the community, but we are the community. Our faculty and staff, our students live in the community. They see themselves as community members. We are one community, all working for the betterment of the area. And the Oswego Renaissance Project really brings us something to gather together on. It builds that excitement, it builds that reason to be. We are planning together, we are executing the plans together, and really have the ability to now be proud of everything that comes out of that project.
It doesn't surprise me that people invested in a large way for this project. We did as well, and that the grant was a big incentive to go big. A lot of people, the data shows we have the money in the city to invest, but they've been waiting for signals saying that now's the time. And looking around, they see that now is the time.
I mean, personally, on my block, you know, we've all, you know, maybe been a little bit hesitant to invest in the past, but to get so many neighbors together and say, yeah, we're really going to do this, has been, you know, I think really given us the push that we need. And it was that initial investment amount that gave us the push that, you know, that I think ultimately led to all of this.
As you probably know, from a global perspective, we have key objectives from an environmental and sustainability perspective very, very important as far as our overall metrics are concerned on a global basis. And to be able to partner last year with the ORA as far as the tree canopy project in town was concerned, and then further extend that partnership with what we're doing today, we not only donated our own people to be able to implement the new park here today, but also using sustainable materials in the process is very much in parallel to our global objectives.
I think the people coming together for me is the biggest thing, and the neighbors coming together, and I think the building is a part of it, but for me it's the people coming together.
Karen, I think it's definitely seeing how all my neighbors have come out and they stop at each other's houses and ask what's going on, and if they're taking part, they're very proud and they want you to come over and see what they're doing. It's great.
When I got involved, I was kind of at my rope's end of what can I do to make this city better? It wasn't taking a very good turn, and to me this was an amazing thing that I could do, that I could actually do myself and get my neighbors involved and not wait for anybody to make Oswego better, but we're making Oswego better.
We had a failing retaining wall outside of a big picture window in our house so that our view was the big failing retaining wall, and we put in a new patio and a new wall this summer. And in the front of our old house, which has no current landscaping, we've built pergolas from which we hope to plant grapevine, maybe share our grapes with the entire neighborhood when we have it.
I'm Stephen Phillips, and I am a resident leader and the project coordinator for the Oswego Renaissance Association. Above and beyond the importance of the grants that the Oswego Renaissance Association provides is the ability to engage in neighborhoods, getting neighbors to regrow the social fabric of their neighbor, building confidence so that they will invest both socially and financially. The first project that the Oswego Renaissance Association did was the restoration of the large wooden playground in Franklin Park. On that particular day, we had 97 volunteers show up who did landscaping and weeding. We scraped and we repainted this huge wooden structure in one day.
When you start looking at investing in the housing market and building value within the community, that has a real effect across the whole city. You start increasing your values, and you increase your tax revenue. You increase the number of businesses that open up to support a growing community and a community that's spending. Particularly when you talk about the durable goods market of housing, that really drives economic activity. You're talking about long-term investments, substantive dollars. It creates additional employment. This is really the beginning stages.
One thing I think that we've done is to try to raise the bar. And I think there's a lot of people feeling that necessarily when you get out and you get to a new property and see that it can be done better, push the limits a little bit. And we've done that here, I know, with Alex's and the conference center, the people you do get here. So now it's bringing in people from all around central New York. I think the same thing has to be the thought process of anything that is being done in the city, the county, in business is this the best I can do? You know, how can I do it better? How can we raise the bar?
Here at the Bistro, we pride ourselves in all from scratch cooking. We enjoy making our food from the rawest ingredients possible and providing an awesome dining experience to everybody here in Oswego. I see a lot more people engaging themselves in community activities, like our downtown farmers market. The foot traffic has increased, and it's great to see people out and about. Over the past few years, I've seen a lot of downtown development. Old buildings are becoming new buildings once again. Businesses with aged storefronts now have a new, vibrant look. I see people downtown walking, going from shop to shop, supporting local businesses.
It was important to partner with the Oswego Renaissance Association and their mission because it truly aligns with what we believe strongly in here at our agency, Step One Creative. We're all from Oswego originally. This is our hometown. So we take a lot of pride in what's happening in our community. The importance of healthy neighborhoods and a strong middle class and this vibrant community is something that we really strive for every day. Step One partnered with the Oswego Renaissance Association on their branding efforts. We were approached by their organization to work with them on, really putting a face to the organization. So we worked on the branding for the Renaissance Association, the Paint Oswego program, and also the Renaissance Block Challenge, which has become a tremendous initial driver of success of the organization this first year.
The ultimate goal is to make healthy neighborhoods. A healthy neighborhood is a place where it makes sense for families to invest their time and their energy and their money. The firm that we worked with, CZB out of Alexandria, Virginia, said that the Oswego's goal needs to be to solve an issue of market demand, to grow demand for these neighborhoods. And the way that we know that this will be working is when the demand for our neighborhoods grows. How will we know that? We'll know that when housing prices stabilize and rise. That's not the goal in itself, but it's an index of success because demand affects housing prices. So we want these neighborhoods to become great places where people choose to live. We also, over the coming years, want to see more and more blocks participating, spreading out from the initial seed points where we started in franchising more and more neighbors as this begins to snowball. And while the sort of revitalization front spreads from those centers, we also partner with the original blocks in different ways to continue the momentum. So over the next several years, I'd like to see more than our 120 now. We want to see 240. We want to see 500 neighbors. We want to see more and more as it spreads. We're building blocks.
We're building blocks.
Building.
Block by block.
Our neighborhoods.
Our community.
Together.
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 We're building our waterfront.
We're building our downtown.
We're building blocks together.
We're building blocks together.